Hello and welcome to Breezy Chatter. Today I'm going to be talking about Temptation Island, Season 4, Episode 2. It looks like the couples are saying their goodbyes, and Gillian seems to be taking it pretty bad. She's crying, she seems really emotional. She's sad to see Edgar leaving. And shortly after that, the singles enter the villa, and Gillian is all smiles. Everyone's decided that they're going to do shots. And then we see Ashley talking to Mike. They're making a nice connection. They're getting to know each other. Mike is asking Ashley all of the right questions, asking her what makes her happy, asking her what love means to her, and she is just eating it all up. She's saying that the conversations that she has with Mike are the kind of conversations she wishes that she could have with Lascelles. And then we have Gillian, who was crying not too long ago and who's now all smiles while talking to Tommy. And she was talking about the promise ring that she had on her finger that Edgar got for her after he cheated on her. And she tells Tommy that their relationship has not been the same since he cheated. And then at the men's villa, we see the ladies, they're twerking, they're dancing cheek to cheek with the guys. We have Alexa, who's 22, she's a realtor, and she is trying her best to get some alone time with Lascelles. But wherever Lascelles goes, there are at least 2 or 3 women following him. So she was not successful in getting alone time with him. And then we have Hania talking to Karina, who's a therapist, and he's sort of talking about his relationship with Ash, and he's saying that he's all for a long distance open relationship, and he's hoping that that's something that they can do, because he says that he's a physical person and so is Ash, and they need that connection. And if they're not together, if they're doing the long distance, they're going to seek out physical connections from other people. So Hanya is hoping that Ash will come around because he doesn't see how their relationship can work otherwise. Hanya also said that he is accustomed to casual relationships. And then we have Edgar. He's talking to Trace and Marissa, and he's talking about how he is ready to be married, but only if Gillian is ready. So it sounds like he's all in, but he knows that Gillian is straddling the fence. So he's sort of waiting patiently for her to make a decision. Lascelles and Trace are also making a connection. So now it's the next day, and the couples get to pick a single for a one-on-one date. And they have it set up so that the single guys and the single women are lined up waiting to be selected. And the couples get to see who their partners choose to go on a date with. So we have Gillian, she's chosen Tommy. And of course, Edgar, he doesn't have anything nice to say about Tommy. He says that he thinks Tommy looks stupid. He doesn't want to talk smack about him because he doesn't know him, but you already said he looks stupid, so too late. And then we have Edgar, he chose Marissa. And when Edgar chose Marissa, he went back to his respective area to sit. And Gillian was hoping that Edgar would look at her or make some sort of connection with her, and he did not. Then we have Iris. She chose George. And Luke, he went up and approached the ladies. Of course, he's trying to come off like he's so cool. He's saying, oh, so many to choose from. And he chooses Juicy. And then he walks past his girlfriend, Iris, and he looks over at her and says, I still love you too. Iris was not here for it. She thought he was rude, and she really didn't like his attitude. And then we have Ashley. She picked Mike. Lascelles picked Trace. And then we have Ash. She picked Taylor. And Hania was sort of sizing Taylor up, and he was kind of surprised that she picked a guy that was kind of buff. And Hania picked a young lady named Chrislyn. And Ash said that Chrislyn is stunning, and she said she's starting to worry because she knows that if she's not in front of Hania, she does not exist. So Ash already knows what time it is with Hania. Hania told the ladies he's an out of sight, out of mind kind of guy. And Ash is sort of speaking to that. She says, if I'm not in front of him, I don't exist. Although I think even when they are together, he doesn't really have that respect for her because he doesn't even claim her as his woman. So then we have the ladies in the villa. We have George. He's cooked a meal for everyone. And it looks like Iris is making a really nice connection with him. The one-on-one dates, everyone went jet skiing. Iris, she feels like she's making a really nice connection with George. And she even expressed to George that she was concerned and worried about Luke making a connection with a woman. But here she is actually having a great time with George. And she said it's kind of scary. And then we have Ash and Taylor. Ash, of course, she's talking about Hanya. And she's talking about the open relationship, the long distance. And Taylor says that he can tell that Hanya's not treating Ash the way she should be treated. We do get to see Ash and Taylor share a kiss. And they do sleep in the bed together, but they do have a pillow wall between them. So they took a bunch of pillows, put it in the middle of the bed so that they're not touching. And then at the men's villa, we have the guys dancing with the ladies, cheek to cheek, and they've got Ready Whip and chocolate syrup, and they're licking it off of each other's bodies, and they're all sticky and they're a mess. And they decide that they're all going to go and shower. So we have about 6 or 7 people in a shower together. And it just looks like they were all having the time of their lives. So then we have the bonfire. And that is when Mark Wahlberg, the host, rounds the guys up and they go outside and they talk. And the guys get an opportunity to see what their significant others are doing in the villa. So they gave Luke the opportunity to see his girlfriend, Iris, talking to one of the guys and telling him how she's always catching Luke texting women. So Luke said that is something that he has to work on. And then we have Gillian talking to Tommy, and she's telling Tommy that she hasn't really thought about the promise ring that's on her finger. And she said she doesn't know if she's going to continue to wear it. And she's asking Tommy, what does she do? What should she do about the ring? And then she said, I don't have a reason to take it off yet. So when Edgar watches that, he gets really emotional. He gets really upset because I think Edgar's ready. I think he's ready to be with Gillian, but Gillian is not ready. Although she didn't say, I don't want to be with Edgar or I don't appreciate the promise ring, she is really telling Tommy that, if you play your cards right, I'll take this ring off. Edgar said that watching that made him feel like the ring that he gave her meant nothing to her. He said he found out that she was texting her ex for months, and now here she is telling this guy that she's only known for a few minutes that she's not sure if she's going to continue wearing the promise ring that the man that she came on the show with gave to her. So he's hurt. And you know what? I can understand why. I thought that was in poor taste for Gillian. I know they have some problems. They have things that they need to work out. They've both cheated on each other. So there's no one person to point the finger at in their relationship as far as their problems go. But saying that, she may take the ring off if she has a good enough reason to do so, that wasn't cool. They did have an after show, and Hania did get an opportunity to see Ash kissing Taylor. And of course he says, who wants to be the first guy, to watch their girlfriend kissing another guy? Although Hania did say that Ash told him that kissing was okay, but just keep it respectful. So I guess, of course, no S3X. But, they could just keep it clean. A little kissing is okay, but that's it. So I guess she didn't break the rules or break their rules. She just kissed Taylor. So I don't think he was too miffed or upset about it. And then also Gillian got to see Edgar's reaction to her talking about how the promise ring is, could be slipping off of her finger at any moment. And she didn't understand why he was so upset. And she said, well, it's not like I took it off. well, yeah, you didn't take it off, but you're already saying that you're ready to, or you don't really care about it. It's not even, it's a non-issue. When to him that ring means everything, and I don't even think she realizes how much that ring means to him. All of these couples look like they are in serious trouble. I'm starting to have my doubts about whether any of them will remain together when it comes time for decision day, but we'll have to wait and see what other drama unfolds as the season progresses. And that is my commentary. If you liked it, hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. Thank you for your time. Until next time, ta-ta.